of this video is about leaving the body. Leaving the body. First of all, let me ask you this question. Have you heard of this phrase before? Leaving the body. People have left their body, okay, consciously, without doing any damage to their body. And this concept of leaving the body is so popular in Isha, okay. Sadhguru Jagivasadev has popularized this fact. Now, there is a shloka in Hinduism, okay, which goes like this: Anayasena Maranam, Vina Dainyena Divanam, I'm sorry, Anayasena Maranam, Vina Dainyena Jivanam, Dehi me Kripaya Shambho, Tvai Bhaktam Achanchalam. This shloka is an incredible shloka, okay, because first of all, it asks for three things, okay. Vinaya Sena Maranam, that is the first point, okay. I have to die without any difficulty. Vinaya Sena Maranam. I'm sorry, Anayasena Maranam, okay, I'm sorry. Anayasena means without tiredness, okay. Anayasena Maranam, Bina Dainyena Jivanam, okay. Uh, a life, okay, a death without difficulties, a life without poverty, okay. Dainya means poverty, okay. Bina Dainyena Jivana means a death, a life without poverty, okay. Dehi me kripaya shambho. Dehi me means give it to me, kripaya, gracefully, thankfully. Shambho means Shiva. Tvai bhaktam achanchala means uh, a devotion in you. Okay, so the sloka is asking for three things. One is I have to die without any difficulty. I have to live without any poverty. And I have to live with constant devotion to you, Shambho. Now, I brought up this topic especially because it's the sloka says that Anayasena Maranam, a death without any difficulty. This is the dream of so many people. Just a few days before, okay, an entire airplane crashed. Okay, we have been getting a lot of stories about this plane in Gujarat, right? It was flying from Ahmedabad to London, uh, right? If I'm not mistaken. And so many people, like 243 people, one person survived, right? Everybody died. And it was not a death without difficulty. They were burned alive, okay? So it was cruel, right? I mean, what went wrong? We don't know. So everybody dreams about a death without difficulty. Many people die because of an accident. Many people die because of disease, which is going to give you a prolonged suffering for a for a lot of months. Okay, you have to be bedridden. You have to get treatment, right? And then you will die, and you will die in pain. Okay, when you get cancer, when you get AIDS, for example, you will encounter a lot of pain. If you encounter a road accident, okay, there are a lot of deaths, okay, people die in various ways, right? For example, if you're traveling in a car, okay, you suddenly die. It is very very painful, right, to die in an accident. And if suddenly, if there is a fire in your place, okay, you will be burned alive, okay. So all these, and suddenly if there is a I don't want to, there are a lot of causes of death, okay. But anayasena maranam, okay, anayasena maranam means a death without any kind of difficulty. You just lie down and you die, okay. So Jagi was there when he talks about Mahasamadhi. I mean, Mahasamadhi is a wrong word in the first place. Mahasamadhi is a word that is used for a death of an enlightened person. So he has done a very big mistake in the very beginning, okay. So Is there any way, first of all, let us explore this, okay? Is there any way to die without any kind of difficulty? Because when you talk about death, okay, death can come in any kind of form, okay? You will be deceased, you might get cancer, and you can die, okay? You can travel in aircraft, and you may meet with an accident, okay? So, anayasena maranam. It has been possible for many people who are very, very old, okay? They have died. But literally leaving the body when they can, is it possible? Let us explore this question, okay? Let us explore this. There is a comment. I wonder if someone puts on anesthesia while dying, will she or he experience pain? Okay, that is a good question. I don't know, okay? I really don't know because I have also encountered. I have also thought about this because I have wanted to die ever since I was 2 years old. I mean, not 2 years old, okay? Second grade, okay? 7 years old, okay? I'm sorry. Ever since I was like 6 to 7 years old, I wanted to die, okay? So this painless death seems to be very, very, very attractive to many, many people. When I was in ninth grade, okay, I heard a girl saying this, okay, I want to die, but I want the death to be painless. So if Mahasamadhi, okay, whatever Jagiwasi was describing, okay, a way to die painlessly, you just want to leave the body, that's it. It is a boon for a lot of people. I'm telling you, okay, because a lot of people who commit suicide will choose this option, Mahasamadhi, okay, consciously leaving the body. But first of all, there is a problem with this word itself, Mahasamadhi. Mahasamadhi and Jiva Samadhi are two different things. Jiva Samadhi is when the Siddha announces, I'm going to die, I mean, I'm going to leave this body, this state. And when it comes to Jiva Samadhi, what a Siddha will say is this, according to all the anecdotes that we have, okay? We don't have any direct evidence on this, okay? But according to the anecdotes and reports, okay, a Siddhar announces, okay, I am going to leave my body this day, okay? So what he will do is walk into the body himself, okay? um, he he knows that, I mean, whether he walks into the body or not, that is a different story. But the thing is, the most important thing is he has to be in a cross-legged position. They have lot of rituals, and they will be buried in the first place, okay? Jiva Samadhi and cremation do not work together at all. We have seen Siddhas, okay? In Siddha tradition, there is something called Jiva Samadhi. They do not cremate the body at all, they bury them, okay? Mahasamadhi, on the other hand, is the word which is about a death of an enlightened person, okay? No matter how he dies, whether he dies because of disease, whether he dies because of an accident, if somebody who is living a life for monk, or who is, everybody, okay, because Mahasamadhi is a very fancy word, right? So if somebody dies, okay, if somebody just died, okay, um, instead of saying that he died, they will say that he attained Mahasamadhi, because it is much more acceptable. It is much more. I don't know the exact word. Okay, if, for example, when Swami Vivekananda died, people would not say that it is Mahasamadhi. People would not say that he died, because it will be much more, like offending, to the disciples. Instead, they will say he attained Mahasamadhi. But Mahasamadhi means someone has died, okay? If there is a spiritual person who has died, it is called as Mahasamadhi. That is exactly how, whenever Jagi Wasi says, this is our culture, this is tradition, don't believe him. He's Sadhguru. When you don't believe him, okay, he's throwing a lot of bullshit. Okay, there are a lot of comments already. Sadhguru said once he will himself leave body like that. Let's see if he demonstrates it himself. Okay, let us see. Okay, I'm waiting for it as well. Yes, there is a Jiva Samadhi few kilometers from Isha of Vellingiri Swami. See, yes, I've heard of a lot of story of Siddhas. Okay, Siddhas Jiva Samadhi is very very famous in Tamil Nadu. Okay, they will because when it comes to Siddhas, okay, this Jiva Samadhi is just like this. Okay, and we have a lot of Siddhas in Tamil Nadu. We don't know if it is true or not. Okay, it could be true, if it could be false. We don't have any idea. First of all, we have to accept this very simple fact. We have not seen it. But we need to understand one thing, okay? This Jiva Samadhi concept and Mahasamadhi concept and story that Jaggi is telling is totally different. Okay. See, I had a, I have been already having a I have been already having all these stories that Jaggi has told, okay? But there was one story that Jaggi has told, Sadhguru, okay? I mean, let us forget about the promise that I made, okay? Because Jaggi is much more comfortable word for me, okay? Jaggi said this. Me, Vijay, and my child went to see this Swami Nirmalananda. I already knew Nirmalananda Swami from BR Hills, already knew about me. But after all these years, I went to see him, and he said, "Okay, I want to leave the body. I don't know what to do. Okay, I really want to leave the body. I have built a samadhi for myself, but I don't know how to leave the body." So after all these things, Jagyavasti was a great human person, right? There is a twist to this, okay? Wait for it. Jagyavasti was a great human being who can who can answer any kind of question. So obviously he gave some instructions to Swami Nirmalananda. And after following all this, Nirmalananda left his body in January 10th, 1997. Okay, please note this. Okay, and Jaggi Vasudev's wife, Viji, was also listening to it. So far, she did not know anything about this. But when Jaggi was instructing Swami Nirmalananda about leaving this body, immediately Viji said, "Okay, I also want to leave this body like this." Like Viji is the mother of a very young girl, okay? Viji is not even an accomplished yogi. Viji is just starting out. But she immediately got a desire. I want to leave my body just like Swami Nirmalananda left his body. Okay, this is mentioned in so many places. Okay, Jaggi was claimed this. Okay, his wife Viji was inspired by Swami Nirmalananda who left his body. And I will tell you the twist, okay? I will tell you the twist. Don't worry, okay? I will tell you how Swami Nirmalananda really died, okay? And in fact, there is some creepy twist regarding this, okay? So, Jaggi Vasudev is a god, right? He knows everything, right? So he teaches. I'm really surprised why Swami Nirmalananda's devotees did not do any kind of are they aware of this guy's lives? Okay, because Swami Nirmalananda, in my opinion, okay, he was a great human being. He was great, okay, but he has written a book. He has written even some books, okay. So yes, Jaggi Vasudev teaches Swami Nirmalananda about leaving the body. And Viji, when Jaggi Vasudev is giving those instructions, Viji is started crying. Okay, I also want to leave this body. And Jaggi Vasudev is consoling Viji. Okay, why now? Why now? Okay, just now we have some place to live. Just now we have a very small daughter. Why do you want to leave right now? And Viji is explaining. Viji is saying, okay, replying, because right now, me in my life, everything is perfect. I want to leave my body right now because I don't want to leave my body when things are imperfect. It doesn't really make sense at all, okay? Because Vijay is, according to Jaggi's words, Vijay is not an accomplished yogi. Vijay is not even, Vijay is not even focused regarding yoga. It is all about Jaggi, okay? So Jaggi can cook up any factors, okay? But please wait for this twist, okay? How did Swami Nirmalananda die, okay? Because Swami Nirmalananda's Mahasamadhi was the only inspiration for Vijay to choose this path, okay? And yeah, Vijay also left the body, okay, because Jaggi was there. Apparently, he gave some sadhana to Vijay. Vijay followed that sadhanas rigorously. She was a very, very rigorous woman, according to Jaggi, okay. She was very, very extraordinary woman, according to Jaggi. So she followed all the sadhana and she left the body in on January 23rd, 1997. But 2 weeks before, 2 weeks, exactly 2 weeks before, on January 10th, 1997, the so called Swami Nirmalananda also left his body. Do you know how he left his body? He left his body because he stopped eating. There is a process called Prayopavesha, okay, in Hinduism. It is also in Jainism. Prayapavesha means this, okay. If you are too old or if you are not able to take care of yourself, you can commit suicide. But you cannot commit suicide by drinking poison or hanging yourself. The only way to commit suicide to end your life is this. If you don't have anybody to take care of your body, if you're too diseased and too old, okay, too fucking old. Remember this, it is written in Swami Nirmalananda Sabadi. Do you understand this? You're fucking Isha devotees, morons. Understand this. If you're too old, you can choose this path, but you can choose this path called Prayopavesha. And Prayopavesha goes like this. You have to stop eating step by step. First, you adapt to some kind of minimal diet and then you stop eating the diet. And at some point of time, you also stop eating water. Swami Nirmalananda's Samadhi clearly says this. He entered into Prayopavesha, which means he stopped eating. He stopped eating his regular diet, a regular, very minimal diet on December 18th, 1996. In January 7th, he stopped drinking water. He planned to die on January 15th, the first day of Uttarayana. Because in Uttarayana, okay, Uttarayana means, going to the north, the sun is going to the north, okay. If somebody is dying in Uttarayana, it means that he will not be born again. That is the belief of Hinduism. There is a story and legend about Bhishma, okay, in Mahabharata regarding this, okay. He waited to die until the Uttarayana period. So Uttarayana, the first day of Uttarayana is on January 15th, okay. So he planned his death on Uttarayana. But he did not die on January 15th. He left early. He died early, which was on January 10th. So he fasted to death. So this Jaggi was there, completely cooked up a story, okay, to even say that Vijay was inspired by the story. How cunning he was, man. And these people are still believing it. So this one fact will expose the whole controversies about Vijay's death. A poor woman died, okay, and everybody is saying, okay, you're against Hinduism, you're a moron, okay. You look at all these comments from Jaggi Vasudev's defenders, okay. They will only say you are a moron, you are funded by Christian missionary. Okay, so let me see all the comments here, okay. I am very curious to know about Nirmalananda's Samadhi or death. I have heard the story a lot. Okay, I think I already said that. Yes, I heard about few other Swami also that they stopped eating. It is very clear, okay. Don't worry, okay. They stopped eating before attaining Mahasamadhi. Perhaps Dayananda Saraswati or someone like that. Okay. See, Prayapavesha is an allowed practice in Hinduism. See, Jaggi Vase will have a different version. He will say, okay, police came, rationalist came. It is not rationalist who came there, okay. People who are concerned about the potential suicide came there, okay. The whole government was involved. It was not about Sadhguru, I mean, Jaggi Vase will say that rationalist will came, okay. Because he would always, give a negative comment about rationalism, logic. If you think logically, okay, if somebody even mentions logic, these Jagivastav disciples will come immediately comment, okay, no, this is beyond logic. So he is destroying your logical thinking. Logic is even necessary in Hinduism. For all the morons who think that Jaggi Vastev was supporting Hinduism, anybody who is criticizing Jaggi Vastev is like against Hinduism, there is a school of logic. Do you know this? Do you morons know this? So far, I told you, okay, in the last few videos, in the last couple of videos, for the sake of for the sake of respecting this moron called Jaggi Vasudev, I will call him a Sadhguru. Okay? ஏன்னா இந்த மாதிரிலாம் நீங்கள் பண்ணுவேன்னு எனக்கு தெரியும், புரியுதா? அதனால் கேட்குற மாதிரி உங்களை கேட்க வைப்பேன், யோசிக்க வைக்கணும், கொஞ்சமாவது யோசிங்கடா. திங்க், ஓகே, திங்க் ஃபார் யோர் செல்ஃப். This one guy who killed his wife mysteriously, he is fooling you, okay, in the name of spirituality. I know. I have the taste of spirituality that you are talking about. I have tasted the same peace that you are talking about, that you attained in Isha, okay. So, நீங்கள் குத்துற கதெல்லாம் வேறு எவன்ட்டையாவது குத்துங்க, என்கிட்ட குத்த வேண்டாம், புரியுதா? Don't talk about spirituality to me, okay. I have experienced this. Okay, do you understand? So please understand this. You are talking about humanity. Jaggi was saving humanity. No, he is destroying humanity. I am telling you for one, I mean, it is not one last time, I will tell you again and again, but I just want to be very, very clear. Jaggi Vasudev, who is calling himself a Sadhguru, is destroying humanity, destroying your everything, okay, destroying Hinduism. Who told you that he is saving Hinduism? Don't bring up all these stories about why are you talking about why are you not talking about Karunya, why are you not talking about this and that, okay. All other religions are, when you compare with Hinduism, honestly, I don't want to offend anybody else's feeling, even if they are following other religions, but I know that Hinduism is doing a best job in the world, okay. It has been proved when there was one avatar, okay. Have you heard of this sloka? Yada yada hi dharmasya glanar bhavati bharata abhyuttanam adharmasya tadatmanam sujamyaham. Whenever dharma, whenever the impact of dharma decreases, whenever the adharma increases, I will manifest myself. And there was one person who manifested himself in British rule when Hindu dharma was ridiculed. It was Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. And his one disciple, Vivekananda, went to America. And he kind of restored Hinduism. And after this, many people are, I will tell you, okay, after Ramakrishna Paramahamsa and Vivekananda, people have come, okay, genuine people have come. They have been enlightened, and they have been, but lot of people are taking the same credit, as if they are introducing Hinduism to Western audience, okay. It was Vivekananda who introduced Hinduism to Western people, okay, not Jaggi Vasudev. Jaggi Vasudev was spoiling Hinduism. I really want to talk about this in the perspective of Hinduism, because I know that many people think that Hinduism is in danger. It is not. It is not at all in danger. Who told you that Hinduism is in danger? And who told you that these Christian missionaries will destroy Hinduism? And who the fuck told you that Jaggi Vasudev, a moron who does not have any any basic knowledge about Hinduism will save Hinduism? Who are creating all these propaganda? I don't understand, man. If you still think that this Jaggi Vasudev is going to save Hinduism, all the Hindus who believe this are morons, complete idiots who do not have any basic knowledge about Hinduism. Do you understand this? Maybe you are maybe you are you are just jealous because he is very influential. Okay. This is a joke, and I laughed about this joke. Okay, is there any other comments? Okay, I mean, I think I don't, this person is trying to provoke me or something. Okay, but this is a very big joke. Okay, why should I be even a jealous? I mean, why should I be a jealous? Why should I be jealous of a criminal in the first place? Okay, tell me. Okay, I think I should continue this. Okay, because there are a lot of viewers right now. So let us see, okay. Are there any other questions? maybe maybe you are I won't read this again. Maybe you are just jealous because he is very, very influential. Okay. Thank you. So it is just jealousy, right? I'm too jealous of him. This is a typical comment from all these supporters of Isha, right? But I know about this person anyway. This person always makes sensible comments. So I think this guy is doing a prank or something. So I think, did you listen to my narration about Swami Nirmalananda? Because according to Jaggi Vasudev, he says, okay, he met Swami Nirmalananda. Okay, this is very, very important, guys. When you think you have to use all these things, Jaggi Vasudev himself have said it. Okay, forget about what he is doing. What did he say? If there is something which doesn't agree with, like, your understanding, okay, then you have to inquire. Okay, according to Jaggi Vasudev's statement, he said this. Jaggi Vasudev, Viji, his wife, and their child Radhe, okay, Radhe Jaggi Vasudev. All of them went to meet Nirmalananda, and Nirmalananda was in tears. Okay, it was like, in fact, he insulted Swami Nirmalananda. I don't know why they are not protesting against this, because he even said this, okay. At some point of time, when he first met Swami Nirmalananda touched his feet. Like he was his feet. And when I read about Swami Nirmalananda, his story is completely different. He was very, very humble. And look at how cunning this guy is, okay. This guy is saying Swami Nirmalananda from BR Hills touched Jaggi Vasudev's feet. And I don't even believe what is going on here, man. Maybe, Swami Nirmalananda is no more. This guy has a lot of money. Maybe they gave him some money, okay, because this totally contradicts with everything. This guy doesn't know anything. I'm telling you, okay. Jaggi was the moron. Sadhguru சொன்னா உனக்கு பெரிய for a sake of respect, I told him a Sadhguru. Okay, I agreed, okay, to call him a Sadhguru for some time, okay. But this guy is I'm not a loser. I don't lose anything because of this, okay. Only because I'm caring for you, I'm telling you all these truth. He totally fucked up everything, okay. I'm telling you, starting from the story called everything, okay. Dhyanalinga. Do you know the lies about Jaggi Vasudev regarding Dhyanalinga? He said, okay, Janalinga, according to Rig Veda, okay, in Rig Veda, according to Jagivastu, in Rig Veda, it is mentioned that Janalinga can be only consecrated by a Grihastha yogi, a yogi who is married, a Grihastha yogi. Find out the quote in Rig Veda about this, okay? Where in Rig Veda it says this. This guy, he himself says, I don't have any knowledge about scriptures, and I'm uneducated guru. Yep. And his definition of Sadhguru is an uneducated guru. If you ask him, what does Sadhguru mean? Sadhguru means an uneducated guru. So he himself says that I don't know Sanskrit, and he also gave another explanation. Okay, because when I attended the first Isha program, I remember this. Okay, they glorified Sanskrit language like very much. Okay, I agree because I like Sanskrit language very much. Okay, so I am a Sanskrit student. I know basic Sanskrit. Okay, I can understand a basic Sanskrit story. If you send me a message in Sanskrit, I can figure it out. I can understand. Okay, that is how my knowledge is in Sanskrit is. Okay, I cannot speak in Sanskrit fluently, but I can understand Sanskrit. Just like how people understand English these days, right? Okay, so I have the knowledge of a seventh grade student who can understand English. Okay, right? How much English can a seventh grade student in English medium school can understand English? That much Sanskrit I can understand. Okay, you can send me a message in Sanskrit, I can understand it. Is there anybody who have the courage to send a message in Sanskrit? I can understand. Okay, and I learned Sanskrit. There is a point to this. Okay, I know that Sanskrit is a very very important language when it comes to Hinduism. Do you agree? And that is why I learned Sanskrit. And I'm an anti-Hindu. And this Jagi Vasudev who claimed that I did not, he even gave a reason for not learning Sanskrit. And in his first Isha Yoga program that I attended, okay, they glorified Sanskrit, okay. If they are glorifying Sanskrit very much, how come Jagi Vasudev doesn't know any Sanskrit? And he is giving some weird answers. You look it up, okay. I don't want to say that, okay. There is another question. Sorry if I missed. Do you have idea of Jiva Samadhi? Can such people leave body on their own? On their own? Eh, Okay. Let me. There are a lot of spelling errors, man. Sorry if I missed. Do you have idea of Jiva Samadhi? Can such people leave body on their own after will after burying? Okay, the same person is asking another question. So you must be having knowledge of Hindu script as you can read Sanskrit, like Namaskar. Yeah, Namaskar. Yeah. See, a script is different, man. It is Devanagari script. Okay, Sanskrit did not have any script at all. Do you know this? This is a Devanagari a script and a language is totally different. I hope you understand. Okay, so you said Namaskar. First of all, you need to understand. Okay, Namaskar is Hindi. Namaskaraha is Sanskrit. Ram is Hindi. Ramaha is Sanskrit. Oh wow, I thought Sanskrit and Hindi had same script. Yes, it does, but there are some variations in pronunciation. They have the same. When did I tell you that they have different scripts? They have the same Devanagari scripts. Okay, but the thing is earlier. Okay, I think you misunderstand what I said. Okay, in earlier days, Sanskrit did not have script at all. Okay, as per my knowledge, it did not have any script because it was an oral language. But when it came to script, see, I'm not see, I'm not being any offensive. I don't know what kind of meaning you're getting from this, but in earlier days, Sanskrit was not a written language. It was only a spoken language. Okay, it evolved into a written language, and we don't know what script it had before, because in fact all scripts were used to write Sanskrit. For example, even Tamil script was used to write Sanskrit. Okay, Sanskrit did not had Sanskrit did not have its own script. Second, there is one more thing about Sanskrit. Okay, Sanskritam. Sanskritam is actually the original word. Sanskrit is the English equivalent of the word Samskritam. Samskritam is not a language. Sanskritam is a standardization of a language. It is very, very obvious from the word itself. Okay, Sanskritam does not point to a language itself. Sanskritam is not a language. Sanskritam is standardization, which means that before before Panini wrote the grammar of Sanskritam, Sanskritam was still spoken, but nobody called it as Sanskritam. They called it as Bhasha. Bhasha is, even now, it is Bhasha is a super hit Tamil film in Tamil Nadu, but Bhasha is the another word for Bhasha is language. That is how they called Sanskritam. Okay, Sanskritam is nothing but the standardization of Bhasha, standardization of language. Okay, so Vedic Sanskrit was some completely different. Okay, maybe that is how the language was spoken. Okay, please, don't always become sensitive about all these things, because a lot of people do not know about what I'm talking about. I have done a lot of research in my life. Okay, so the place where I am coming from regarding all these things is completely different from many people's opinions. Okay, because I believe that a lot of people's opinion comes from the political influence. Okay, depending on which political party they belong, they have different opinions. Okay, so there are a lot of comments here. Okay, I already went through some comments. Officially, Tamil is the oldest spoken language in the world. One person is saying that. Okay, but I don't agree. Okay, officially, Tamil is the oldest spoken language in the world. That is not true. Second, here in North India, people say Sanskrit is Deva Bhasha, language of God. I know, yeah. Even in South India, we say that. Okay, Tamil predates Sanskrit as per evidence. Okay, let me not get into the subject. Okay, I hope this is not about Tamil and Sanskrit. Have you ever heard about 10 Mahavidyas in Tantra? Of course, I heard about it. Okay, 10 Mahavidyas, of course. But please don't ask me the names, okay, because I don't have the names by heart. But in fact, I know about 10 Mahavidyas, okay. I am, I am 41 years old, man. I've explored Hinduism like anything, okay. Whether you talk about 10 Mahavidyas or Sapta Matrikas, okay. So I know, but the thing is, I don't know about the, 10 Mahavidyas is, I mean, I have written about it already, but still I don't remember. Okay, even if you look at my blog, tomorrow I can send a blog article of my own blog where I have written about 10 Mahavidyas. I am learning Tamil on my own because I visited Coimbatore and I was very impressed with the culture, food, and people there. Although it is tough, not much videos available. So, what is your first language? Is it English? It is Hindi or okay? Yeah, I will. I just want to go to the restroom, but I will be back. Okay. Yeah. If you're in a mood to comment, let me first check the time. What is the time right now? 9:14. Not very bad. Okay. So yes, if you are in a position to ask any more questions, I am very pleased to answer them. Okay, but please give me 2 minutes break. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, during this restroom break, I remembered one thing. Okay, my initial purpose of this talk is about Jagi Vastev. Okay, in fact, I agreed to call him a Sadhguru because I did not want to offend anybody. Okay, I just wanted wanted to invite everybody, regardless of whether they are Jagi's supporters or Jagi's critics. I wanted to invite to this criticism. Okay, that's why I addressed him. So I think the conversation again, it went in a lot of different directions. Uh, do you know how to connect with the energy of Hanuman, which you said you had experienced with? Okay, I am glad to. I am glad that you remember this. See, I cannot give you instructions, but I have experienced this for sure. Okay, because and I think I specifically told you. Okay, it is only Hanuman that I have experienced in a very convincing way because Hanuman is called as Vayuputra. Okay, Vayuputra means the son of wind. Okay, Vayu is a god of Rigveda. It is a god of Rigveda, right? So maybe what you can do is you can observe because that is what I did. Okay, even now it is true. Okay, even now, um, I have not been speaking about this much because people will think that I am actually saying some kind of bullshit, which is the same as what Jaggi Vasev has been saying, right? But for me, this experience has been very, very real. I don't lie, okay? I really don't know how to lie, in fact, okay? I mean, I lie in everyday life, okay? But when it comes to documenting my own experiences, in the quest of truth, I don't lie because I know how difficult it is to find truth. Finding truth in spirituality is like finding a needle in the haystack. And I have even used this metaphor in my book called Discovering God. Okay. So, one thing that I can tell you, but I am hesitant to tell you this because people will understand that I am another, I mean, people might suspect that I am another snake oil salesman. But I have experienced this, okay? Even now, even today it happened, okay? When I look at a tree, it will start waving. I have I have told you this before. There is some kind of connection. I don't know. I am still observing. Maybe if I find out something about this observation, I can share much more insights regarding this, okay? But so far, I can tell you one thing. Yes, there is some truth about this deity called Hanuman. Absolutely some truth about this, okay? And in fact, I think Hanuman is the same as Vayu. When they say is Vayu Putra, okay, don't be fooled, okay? They are making you to worship Vayu, okay? But they are giving you a new name, okay? Because when it comes to Hinduism, Vedic Hinduism was totally different, okay? There was Indra, Soma and Agni, okay? Indra Indra is like the god, okay? Indra is equivalent to God, okay? And Soma is what is sacrificed, and Agni is the messenger, okay? You sacrifice Soma to Agni so that Agni carries this to Indra. This is the concept of the central Vedic religion. And they had so many other deities too in Vedic Hinduism. And I think, I think, okay, I mean, I'm suspecting, okay, I'm not really sure. I think they really observed something that is totally extraordinary. They tried to put it in words, okay. All these things, like for example, Indra, Soma, Agni, and Vayu, okay. We are talking about nature, okay, in the first place, okay. Soma is equivalent to food, okay, or something that is sacrificed. Agni is fire, and Vayu is air. Okay, all these things are natural forces. So I really think that there is some kind of connection between all these natural forces, but I cannot confirm this unless this becomes much more evident to me. It might take a few years because the first time when I observed it, it was in 2020. Okay, so let me end this because I don't want to make it much more. I want to make whenever I speak about something, okay, I want to make sure that people believe in this, okay. And I'm not like Jaggi Vasudev. I don't invent any. I don't want to discover stories about my spiritual path. I just document what I observed. That's it. Okay. If you Google, if you Google or Chat GPT and ask oldest language in the world, Tamil comes up. See, human beings have been speaking for more than 200,000 years, okay? And we have records of various ancient religions like Sumerian religion, Egyptian religion, okay? We don't have any records of Tamil language before 600 years before Christ, okay? 600 BCE, okay? We have evidence so far, but we don't have any evidence of any kind of Tamil language literature before that. But we do have evidence of lot of other languages like Sumerian language, Egyptian language. Okay, these languages are much more older than Tamil. So it is very very obvious. Everyone knows it. Okay, and unless you are a Tamil fanatic, you won't accept this, but it is true. Okay, there are lots and lots of languages which are older than Tamil. Tamil is one of the oldest surviving languages, okay, which is still living today. It is very very old, there is no question about it, okay. And I am proud, I mean, I'm very happy that I'm born as a Tamil person, okay. And I used to feel proud about Tamil language before, but s- only thought when I started thinking rationally, I found out, okay, any claims that is made based upon my own religion, my own country, my own language can be biased. Because obviously, people love associating some kind of superiority with their own culture, with their own language, with their own tradition, with their own religion. But it can be biased, right? And when I researched my language objectively, it is very, very clear that Tamil cannot be an oldest language in the world. It is not. There have been there have been a lot of languages before Tamil, like for example Sumerian, right? Sumerian and Egyptian language, right? They survived before Tamil language. There are a lot of evidence, okay. And now Tamil fanatics will call me as an idiot. I know. Anyway, like let us move on to the next question. This is why I wanted to know from you. How did you connect to this energy of Hanuman? I trust that you're saying the truth and you're not like the fraud Jaggi. No. See, the thing is, when I say something,